Greetings and welcome to another model building workshop. I am Mr. Allen, coming to you from the Smith Hill Library here in Providence, Rhode Island, part of the Community Libraries of Providence. And in today's episode of the model building workshop, we're going to be looking at this. This is the brand new Panzer IV 70A. Now I know we've talked about the Jagd Panzer IV in previous video. And I'll try to link that with this video so you can catch that if you didn't see it already. And we talked about how this was basically an extension of the Jagd Panzer IV series. And this one just got named Panzer IV 70 because at this point of the war, the Germans are just calling anything a tank. And this was a simplified, it's kind of a mating of a Panzer IV with the Jagd Panzer IV, and you're thinking, well, what's the difference, right? The Jagd Panzer IV had a different super chassis system in a way. I'll try to clarify that. I know I'm probably making it more confusing than I need to, but if you look at this, you can see that the front plate here of a Panzer IV is still intact on this. So they were taking existing chassis, substructures of the Panzer IV and just quickly adding this casemate onto it, and just avoiding the turret altogether. So you had these practically completed Panzer IV hulls sitting around, and they just opted to do this. That's essentially what the difference is, because the Jagd Panzer IV had a sloping front and it was a lot lower. This one has a high profile by comparison, as you can see here. Where the Jagd Panzer series was much lower to the ground. It's kind of fun that the Tamiya tends to give you these interesting camo schemes and such on the box. So let's take a look at what's in the box. That's basically what we're doing here today. And you get the nice instruction sheet, or booklet in this case. It's got the paint call-outs, tools you might need. Of course, some of this is a marketing ploy to make you buy more stuff, but it's kind of helpful to know the things you might need before you get started. So there are two options with this kit. And assembly is fairly typical. Kind of standard Panzer IV fare here. What's interesting is that they give you the steel-wheeled bogey wheels, which they did on some of these to try to handle the weight, because the rubber on the tires would just burst from the weight of these things. So they replaced the front wheels with these solid metal ones so that the tires just wouldn't. Anyway, let's go through the rest of this. So it's kind of a Lincoln length style track system, which is something that's Tamiya has been working on, doing that kind of regularly now. Quite extensive, the assembly sequence on this one. Lots to do, lots to keep you busy. They're very simple steps, really clear cut. You have the late style exhaust pipes on this. Since this was basically the end of the line for German tank production. Yeah, short, simple steps. And I think this is an interesting way of doing side skirts, to shorten them. Because in this case, it's the mesh style as opposed to solid plate. And you get one figure, which you see here for Commander. And then you put the side skirts on like so. They also give you this fun booklet too, which has the history and painting guide. And some walk-around photos there, which are kind of nice. So let's take a look at the two options. So here's one here, number 611, which I think is kind of an interesting one. Just with standard 3-tone camouflage. And then we have one that's got a version of the ambush scheme with the spots added. No number on that one. So there's your choices. And of course you could probably find more options online if you so desired. And there's the story behind the vehicle here. In a variety of languages. Okay, let's look at the pieces. So you can see these are the frames for the side skirts. You got your figure here, your Commander figure. These bags are nicely see-through. Got your rubber washers there. Good. Hull parts, top of the hull, and the nice solid plates there. Take this one out. Give you a better look. Dun, dun, dun. So there's a one-piece plastic gun barrel there, which is pretty nicely molded. There's a muzzle brake. Well, the tip of the muzzle is added here as another piece you could put on. They do sell a add-on kit for this if you wanted to have a metal barrel. They do have that. This one special for this kit, because there was one around on the market before for the other versions of the Jagdpanzer, so that could be an option too, I would think. So here's the bogey wheels there with the rubber and non-rubber versions. Come on. You want to cooperate. Yeah, so you can see you get the different types of road wheels to work with there. Yeah. The hull comes as a tub, which is always nice. There's your tracks. And suspension parts. Kind of straightforward there, quite literally. It's individual links to do the wraparounds for the ends. The track one. Very small thing of decals. It's not much. Just the crosses and the number 611 for that version. And there's a decal for the fire extinguisher, which is kind of cool. And the side skirts are these photo etch mesh pieces, which is Kind of nice. And these fit into the frames, the plastic frames. Which sounds like a pretty interesting way of doing this. Anyway. So I think that's kind of cool, because I know they have done different versions of this type of side skirt in the past. Dragon's done them, and they had different types of mesh things you would have to work with. So I think that's intriguing how they're doing it on this version. How Tamiya is tackling that issue. So this should be an interesting build. And as you've seen, I've been doing the Jag Panzer IV and its different versions. The L70 version, which is the long barrel gun, as you see here. There was an L48, which is the early Jag Panzer, which had the standard Panzer IV gun, as opposed to this one, which I believe is the gun that's in the Panther. So this should be a fun one to build. Looking pretty cool. So that's a very quick look at what's in the box. And hopefully soon, at some point, we'll see how this builds. I'll open up one of those other bags so we can get a better look at some of these parts. Curious to see what the texture looks like on that. I don't know if you can see. So there's a textured surface, and see there's the front glasses plate of the Panzer IV, which is left intact as opposed to one sloping plate. Okay, folks, that's today's model building workshop. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Stay safe and keep on modeling, all right? Talk to you guys soon. Bye.